nobody give a fuck when you're doing bad. Motherfuckers wanna hate when you're doing good. Ain't nobody give a fuck when you're doing bad. We on the grind, y'all. We on the grind, y'all. We on the grind, y'all. We on the grind.
Back in your computer screens. What's going on, everybody? I'm Rob on Combat, but you know that already. You can follow me everywhere, Rob_@Combat, across all social media platforms. That's Josh Imola, my awesome producer. You can follow him everywhere at Josh Imola, across all social media platforms. The hell's up, Josh?
It's another day in paradise, my friend.
The Rocky one! What? Blew my mind.
We got a ton to talk about. We
So
got
much.
a small show. Lots to talk about.
It's a crazy show today, but before we get into that, we got something to talk about. Josh's winning streak continues. If you want to win money just like Josh, head over to Charlie's Cover Sports Advisor on Instagram right now. Go into our inbox with the hashtag BTGAT for 30% off all pick packages on us. Got your back. The Rocky one, man. Let's start with that, because that was the one that shocked the world, I feel like. Wow. We don't usually start with MMA either, because I'll be the first to say we're primarily boxing over here. But, like, wow. We're going to start with MMA today. What happened, bro? What happened? Because Kamaru looked like he was on an easy win. Like, it looked like it was about to be a wash. It was about to be over.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, go.
As you finish that sentence right there, all I can remember literally from that night is hearing
DC,
DC, Joe Rogan, John Anik. Okay, guys, this is it. Like,
we were rating his obituary.
Yeah, like they're literally writing him off, and it's like, dude, he pretty much heard them. It felt like it was kind of weird.
Did you see the viral corner advice? I'm sure you have by now.
Oh, the corner advice I heard live. Like,
great.
Dude, that's what you should be saying.
Because, like, you're not going to go over the game plan at that point. Like, we've already gone through that. That's muscle memory. You're like, we're not, like, there's too much going on for you to even absorb that right now, okay? We're just, get your ass in gear, bro. Like, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Get off the stool, Leon. Let's fucking go, man.
Like, you're here. You're ready to do this. Just finish this.
Oh,
like,
my God.
Wake up.
I teared up, dude. That's why I love fighting so much. Because I literally, it's just like, wow. Like, I couldn't even believe the adrenaline dump. It was just crazy, bro. Like
you gotta have heart like that. If you got a cornerman like that, dude. Okay, so you have that cornerman telling him exactly what he needs to hear. Okay, let's rewind. What was it? 45 minutes. Dude,
dominate.
Paul Acosta looked unbelievable. But at the same time...
So did Luke, though. Look.
Wait, just let me finish my statement here.
Yeah. Go.
Does Costa look good, or did Luke look like he got hit, broke his nose, and that was it? Yeah. He was like a crybaby for the rest of the night.
I thought he looked good, though. Like, I don't know. Right at the end of the fight, too, he landed that takedown. Why did I say, if he gets him down, he's not getting back up?
He didn't land the takedown. He got flattened there. Paulo flattened him.
But he got on top, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, the grappling with...
Yeah, he turned over. At that point, Paul's like, do whatever you want, man. Yeah. Like, you look like dog right now.
I thought he had a lot of dog in him, bro. But, yeah, Paulo, he landed that big shot. It kind of changed the fight a little bit. But you know what? I don't know, man. It hurt, because I like Luke, and I thought he looked good.
Luke did not look good.
I thought he did.
I think he was scared. He ran. The judges nailed it with all 30-27s. I 100% agreed with that.
Oh, I don't think he won a round, but I thought it was competitive for sure.
Yeah, he might have landed a few shots, but at the same time, he was pissed off because his nose was broken.
I'm not taking anything away from Paulo. He won every round. He looked good. Like, really good.
I kind of want to do it. He did look good, but did Luke Rockhold just say, like, not try? Because I don't know if Paulo looked good or Luke just looked that bad.
What impressed me the most about Luke is that he didn't get, like, he could have fucking sat it up, like, quit on the stool. He could have fucking looked for a way out. He's hung in there, bro. Like, even when he got, like, when he got, or that final sequence, like, he could have just fucking turtled up and that would have been it.
That was some of the worst body language. I think that was the #1 worst body language I've ever seen out of a fighter inside the octagon. He didn't want to be there, though.
Yeah.
Every shot he took diminished him. Like, it just... he gave up. He didn't want anything to do. Like, I mean, he didn't want anything to do with Costa after he broke his nose.
So
that was it. It was over. That fight was
back to
completely
that though.
different.
Costa has one more fight on his contract, and then he's a free agent. That's very interesting to me, because he's 1-2 in his last 3 fights. Is that right? Yeah, 1-2 in his last 3 fights. What happens next? What if he goes out on a winning streak? He's 2-3 against top competition, and then what?
You just can't beat the champ.
He's asking for astronomical figures, is what I'm hearing. Like,
oh well, you're not getting astronomical figures. Like, you had Luke Rockhold beat, and you can't knock him out.
He's a pretty I think his thing is the and I don't buy into this or subscribe to this, but I believe that Costa thinks that he's bigger than what he is on social media.
Well, you got to think we don't know what he is really, because we're not big on Costa because he's not.
But to that point though, like, you wouldn't be, if you were that heavy of a needle pusher on social media, you wouldn't be asking for that from the UFC, because you'd be making the money on the back end from social media. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
So it's
but
like,
at the same time, it's like he wants what he thinks he's worth.
I don't think
but
he's worth
never
that.
got. He's never shown the UFC really he can break the edge to make the money.
And that's
he's never been over the edge.
And that's the problem with the UFC too, because they sell this false narrative, and I'm gonna be the first to call them out on this. That we match the best with the best your whole career all the way up. That's a load of bull though, like, because like if you remember, they pushed Paulo like crazy, and you fed him cans until he was like 10-0, and then they you know what I mean, and they do that all the time. They did it with Izzy too. They do it with all of them, all the top stars. So like, but then when it comes time for negotiation time, and they want their cut, like the UFC says, no, you don't fight nobody, but they say, hey, like, you spent like the last 3 years saying I'm the best, like I'm the top shit, and like this is why you should buy my paper. You know what I mean? So it's like 100%. They do it to themselves at the end of the day. Like, no one made Paulo Costa big but the UFC. Like, that's the only person that did that. Like,
yeah, and Paulo's not gonna make himself big over here. Like, yeah. It's just not how it's happening.
Because in my opinion, if you matched up Paulo and Marvin like they were supposed, like early in their careers, then this would never have happened, because Paulo would have lost then too. Like, I don't think he ever beats Marvin. I just don't. They fight 10 times. I think Marvin beats him 10 times.
Legit?
Oh yeah. I mean, like, there's always a lucky punch, right? But like, skill for skill, I think Marvin's a lot better than Paulo Costa. Everywhere too. Like, I think he has better striking. I think Paulo relies on the strength, which is fine because it's there, right? Like, he hits you hard. But like, it gets to a point with guys like a tall guy like Marvin, especially a tall guy like Izzy, like they're like tall. You know, it's like they got the reach and they got technique, and they're in and out. They're decent boxers. Well, like Izzy's a kickboxer, Marvin's a boxer, but you know what I mean. Like, they're good at what they do. It's tough. And then in Marvin, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but in Marvin's case, his ground game's a lot better than Paulo's, in my opinion. I think his jiu-jitsu is like stance, his grappling. I'm not high on him.
So, when you really think about this, though, like, Luke comes in at 185, and I'm gonna bring him back into this topic. The only reason I'm doing this is because this is the type of person we're talking about, and he's taking a fight against a guy that's not even ranked in middleweight. If you want the money, then why wouldn't you fight a guy in the top 5?
You couldn't even finish him either.
Yeah, you couldn't finish him, and he's not even in your division.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's a big name. Let him get ranked in the middleweight division.
Don't forget, he still ended on his back too, with him rubbing his face or blood in his face. So it's like, I'm not that impressed. You know what I mean?
Like, the guy in 5th. So Paulo Costa is ranked 6th. The guy in 5th is fighting Izzy, Alex Pereira. He is fighting Izzy next.
Yeah, but that shows you the bullshit. Like,
and then rankings. Robert Whittaker fights Marvin Vittori. Now,
I think Rob.
You can't tell me that the winner of Izzy is going to definitely fight Marvin. 100%.
Yeah.
It's got to happen.
Yeah. I don't think it's tough to if Izzy beats Pereira. I still don't know about that. I'm so excited for that fight.
That's a great fight.
I'm so excited for that fight, dude. He beat Izzy twice, man. He didn't just beat him once. He beat him twice. Once by decision, once by knockout. You know what I mean? Oh, dude. Although I will say to Izzy's credit, the second fight, he was winning. I thought he was definitely winning on his way to a decision.
All right.
Or was that the first? I don't know. Like I've seen them, but I haven't seen them in order. I don't think. You know what I mean? I just seen them. But in one of the fights, he was winning until the knockout, and then the other fight, obviously, decision. I thought was the right call.
Okay. So.
Should we? But we gotta go back to Leon real quick because I don't want to give that up. Leon, bro, what happened?
Leon Edwards, man.
Amazing. So now they're gonna fight in the O2, right? It's crazy to think about because the last time he was in the O2, they booed him. I bet you they don't boo him this time. Nope.
You don't think?
I bet you they don't boo him this time. No way. He's their champ now, dude. Like they got a British champ now. You ever remember all the hype back then was on Darren Till. You know, he was fighting. Was it Wonder Boy that card?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like they were stoked for that. I can't even believe they booed him, but against Gunnar Nelson. Yeah. No. I think Leon loves his country way too much because if it was me and I got booed in Canada, I'd be like, I'm going to Saudi or something, you know? I don't care. Like, Dana, we don't got to go to Wembley or O2 or none of that because fuck them. How about that? You know? How about we just go to Vegas again, you know? Like, I don't know. I kudos to him for doing it because it's going to be a great scene. I bet you the crowd goes absolutely ape shit for him. But they did him dirty, though. Like, I feel like there should be an apology somewhere. Like, as a collective, the UK really shit the bed on the Leon Edwards situation.
Okay. Now, speaking on Leon Edwards, speaking on this fight.
Kamaru wins the rematch, though. Call it, book it right now. I think Kamaru takes his title back. I don't think that happens again. Okay. I think that was a great moment for MMA. I love it. I love the Rocky story, dude, and I love the motivation. Pick yourself up. You find that technique, that sweet spot. I don't think that happens again, though, right? I mean, it's Kamaru Usman we're talking about here. We're talking about it's almost like we forget we were talking about Kamaru Usman being the greatest ever like 7 days ago. You know what I mean? Like we're literally singing his praises, saying he's gonna run right through this guy and he's the next Anderson. Like he's about to tie Anderson Silva. You know what I mean? I really don't see Leon doing it again. But you know what? Great for him, man. That was an amazing moment for MMA as a whole. Like that will go down with like Amanda Nunes, Rousey stuff. You know, like those. You'll never see that again.
Yeah, some things you won't see for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on that note, we're talking about a big upset from a champion that almost beat Silva's record.
Oh, I still can't even get over it.
Yeah, it's hard to fathom. So this would make the answer seem relatively simple. Rematch.
Oh yeah, they already said they're running it back. That's going down for sure. George.
Winner, you think is Usman?
Yeah, I think Usman. But wait, George, shut up, okay? Shut up, bro. You lost your last like 3 fights, fam. Like enough with this. You ducked the guy for like. How many years? Oh, he doesn't sell pay-per-views. I snuffed him backstage, but I'm not going to fight him. Why would I fight him? He's not going to... Shut up, bro. You missed your boat, bro. You should have fought him when you had the beef. You know? Like, now I don't want to hear this. We got to settle it. That's what he said, right? That's what he said? You got to settle this. Where was that? Like 2 years ago, fam. Like you're way too late to settle that beef.
Where was that before the fight?
Leon's been looking for you. I don't know if you knew that. Like, Leon's been looking for you. Now, if I'm Leon, I big league him. I agree with DC completely, 100%. 100%, I agree with him. And, hey, don't bring Ariel into this. I love Ariel. You know how I love my Ariel. Don't be bringing Ariel into this, George. Okay? DC, you know he left ESPN. You know that. He didn't leave DC. Enough with that. All right? Okay, go on. I just had to get that off my chest. George, okay. Enough.
So, we got... I'm going to go with the later part to this. I say we got 9 months till we see the rematch.
Oh, yeah. They're like heal up. Yeah, dude, I'm not in no rush for it or anything.
No, neither am I.
It's going to be great.
So, in between that, we're probably going to... It's already booked. So, we're going to see Chimaev versus Diaz.
I'm really excited.
I'm excited to see the fight.
Really excited.
If Chimaev loses, does that mean Diaz gets ranked as a welterweight? If he does get ranked, where does he get ranked?
Diaz
That's a big
gone,
question.
Dude. Diaz is gone after this. That's what I think.
Even if he wins?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Well, okay, so let's
Unless-
spitball ideas here because
They're gonna
Chimaev's
have to
ranked
pay
number
that.
3.
They're gonna have to pay that man if he sticks around. I don't think they want to.
Yeah, but you could also do a one-fight contract,
Yeah.
in which the UFC rarely does. But for a guy like Nate Diaz, you do it because Diaz is going to pull you those numbers no matter what.
But like,
And if he beats Chimaev, which anything's possible, we've seen with Leon Edwards. If he beats Chimaev, which is ranked number 3, does that rank Diaz in the top 10? And if I'm Diaz, do I want to take a shot at this division and see if I can't beat Kamaru Usman or Leon Edwards? Because that would be an amazing fight. Like,
I mean, maybe, but see, the thing about Diaz is though, like, I hate to say this, because I really do hate to say this. He makes so much more money fighting Jake Paul. Like, why even entertain that? Why? You know they're not going to come up to him. You know they're not going to pay him. Like, what's the point, bro? Like,
okay, so then if let's just spitball this with me because this is I'm thinking UFC right now.
Like even in like the UFC terms of paying him, that's not going to be like the same. You know what I mean? Like they're going to give him more than what his last contract was, but it's not going to be the Jake Paul. I'm sorry, but like you know what I mean? Like the buzz around that is huge. Like it's gonna be huge if he was to fight Nate Diaz versus Jake Paul, bro. Everyone wants to see this kid get pumped, right? Like if there's a dude to do it, it's Nate. Sorry to cut you off. Nope. Yeah, I think he makes way more money fighting Jake.
If I'm the UFC, okay, if Diaz beats Chimaev, you do the rematch between. Okay, sorry. Let me rephrase that. If Diaz beats Chimaev and Leon Edwards beats Kamaru Usman, would you give Nate Diaz a shot at Leon Edwards for a rematch?
Nope. Not unless he signs a 4-fight deal. And again, you're talking about a guy. You're talking about Dana White that just said that. Oh come on, we're not gonna re-sign Nate. He's lost his last 3. You know, and then they give him Hamzat. You know what I mean? So it's like they've already backed themselves into a corner with the disrespect they've shown to Nate, in my opinion.
What giving him? I think this is kind of like here. This is a fight for you. If you beat Chimaev.
I know, but like you seen that interview a while ago where he totally buried him. Like he buried Nate like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I mean,
but at the same time,
and you know what Nate's like.
Relationship.
I know, but Nate's not gonna let that slide. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Like Nate's like, okay, well, you want to fuck me over, Dana? Fuck you. I'm gone. And I could totally see him doing that, man. And you know what? It makes sense because, like I said, I don't think Dana's gonna come up to like millions of dollars to pay this guy to stay. And I think that's what it's going to take because like you look at the Jake Paul fight on the horizon, that's real money. That's guaranteed real money. Whether you win or lose, like that's going to sell. You're getting millions and millions of dollars to fight a YouTuber, bro.
Is he actually going to fight the YouTuber though?
I think so. I think so. I think that's what this was.
He's supposed to fight all these guys. Like Jake's last 3 fights have fallen through.
Yeah, but to Jake's credit, that's not really on him, right? I will say the Hassim.
From what Joe Rogan says, it is.
The Hassim.
Did you see the Joe Rogan?
I seen. Yeah, no. The Hassim fight's sketchy to me. I agree with that. But like the Tommy Fury fight, fuck, the Tommy Fury is on him. Like that's like
Tommy Fury's on Tommy Fury because listen, this is
Tommy ruined that.
So for people that are sitting at home being like, well, what did Joe Rogan say? I don't know what Joe Rogan said. Joe Rogan says that MSG is at least what was it, 50 million?
Yeah, but he paid
$500,000. It's $500,000 just to turn the lights on at Madison Square Garden. And then you have to sell 1 million tickets.
He took that from Dana though. Like when Dana said that like a week or two before.
Yeah, Dana said that, but it's gonna be true.
Yeah, it's 100% true. I'm just saying like it's not like everyone ran with that like because like you know how much shit Dana talks, right? But as soon as fucking Joe Rogan repeats something Dana said, it's like mainstream news. It's like, oh, this is it pops up everywhere. It's like I couldn't even believe it. I was like. Like that's the commentator. I was like, like that's the president of the UFC. Like, of course you're gonna take what he says. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's the president of the UFC. Okay, Dana's just a hater of Jake Paul. Period.
You're right.
It doesn't matter. Joe Rogan doesn't really hate fighters. He doesn't have that option.
I just thought it was hilarious because he literally said he's like, yeah, Dana said this, and then like everyone's like, oh, it's true. But like, even though we just heard Dana say the exact same thing like 2 weeks ago, and he just told you that he got it from Dana White, so it's like, what are we doing here? Like,
It's like, I don't trust the president of the UFC, but like, I feel like Joe Rogan's my buddy, so like you gotta trust him because he's like got the buddy vibe, right?
like, oh, it makes no sense. I love it though.
Dana's the boss. I just don't trust what
Just
the boss
the way
says.
the way MMA journalists are, they make no sense, bro. Like you look at that, you're just like, what the fuck, man?
Cynical assholes.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
All right, so let's. You going?
Yeah, I want you to pull something up for me. That not Jake Paul, the Anderson Gibb, Austin McBroom fight, because I'll tell you why. I'm a huge reality star, our fan, like, that about me, like, I love reality TV or whatever. Most, like, Big Brother, not so much, like, Challenge and shit, like, Survivor, I love that shit, right?
Who am I looking at?
The Austin McBroom versus Anderson Gibb fight, because it's like this, there's a couple of great fights I think you're going to be interested in. Okay, so I looked up Corey's fight. Corey from the Challenge is fighting on there, so I looked up him, and to my surprise, there's a lot of weird, interesting fights on this card. Like, Le'Veon Bell versus AP is going down.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Swaggy P versus Blueface.
Oh man.
McBroom Gibb. Like,
What
the hell?
If this is way better than any Jake Paul card I have ever seen.
Le'Veon Bell and Anderson. Why haven't I heard this?
I know, right? Like, I just found it the other night, like at like 4 a.m. going through my phone, and I'm like, whoa, where has this been? I can't even believe it, dude. And it's actually a stat card. You should look into it because I'm probably gonna watch it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't usually watch these like YouTube celebrities. Like, I watch the Jake Pauls because he's like he's in Showtime and stuff. It's more established. There's boxing undercard. I don't usually watch this kind of stuff. Like, I'm probably not gonna watch the KSI fight. I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm gonna watch the Jake Paul KSI fight, but like, I don't want to see him beat up a rapper, and I don't want to see him beat up some journeyman. You know what I mean? It's like,
right. Well, I got the news here. Gibb has been given the all clear to fight Austin McBroom with the YouTube rivals set to clash on September 10th.
yeah.
The pair were due to clash in Los Angeles last month, but the fight was called off at week's notice when Gibb failed to grant a license to fight in California. Oh, wow. He set a fight up in California, didn't have a license. What the fuck?
Oh, they do that all the time, though. Like, their management, everyone's so rushy to push these things out, right? It's just take a breather, And that's not on the fighters either. Like that, it's weird even calling those guys fighters, right? Let's just back up there. It's not even on those YouTubers. It's on their management teams, because like the management teams just wants the fucking money and they want to push this out so fast. It's like, take a step back, dude. Let's make sure all the permits are in order. Let's get all the shit behind the scenes going, and then let's start announcing shit. Roll it out properly. That's the difference. But this is part of why I don't like this shit, Josh, because you look at Showtime, you look at Top Rank, like, that's more professional.
That's always going to be professional.
Things are ran the right way. You know what you're getting from the start, right? Like, I don't know. But like, I'm not even excited for the main event. Give me AP. Oh yeah, give me AP. I like AP.
You going old man versus young buck?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going Liv.
Yeah, I'm going AP.
Liv Bell all day. I'm a stealer. I'm going with it.
I love AP.
I'm going with the Bell.
AP goes one-on-one. You know what, Josh? Let's do it. We haven't done a title match in a while. Let's do it. This reality TV garbage. Let's do it. We've never done one of these either. Like a reality TV card. Pull it up again. Let's go. Right now.
For what?
Where's the belt? Gonna get the belt.
Oh.
It's gone?
No.
We'll find it.
Cut the screen off there for a sec.
Hey, okay. So let's do a pick'ems. We haven't done one in a while. We've never done a pick'em for a reality TV fight card. So this is a brand new one for us, I feel like. And there's a first time for everything. I'm still the champ. So I'm really, and you know what? In true champ fashion, on a moment's notice, I'll put the belt up. This is save the file, right? Like, anytime, anywhere, any place. And I'm saying right here, right now, we're gonna pick them
for a boxing match, for a celebrity boxing match.
Let's go.
I got the chance to take it away if a Steeler wins.
The whole card,
Down.
the whole card, even the groom bullshit. Like, let's do it all. Let's do it
I'm
all.
not playing for this one, folks.
I'm winging a lot of these. I'm telling you, like, I'm going off the top because like a lot of this is bullshit.
It's gonna come down to
this is gonna be.
I don't think it's gonna come down to like a fight we don't know. I think it's gonna come down to the Le'Veon Bell.
What fight do we know? Let's be real. I mean, like they're all.
McBroom's just a YouTuber, so.
Well, I think everyone's gonna pick McBroom, right? Because it's Anderson Gibb. I think he's a lot bigger. I don't know.
But then
it's we're throwing shit at walls at this point. We don't have any idea about any of these fighters. They're not even fighters. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go from bottom to top. We'll finish at the main event.
Let's find this card first.
Corey, I'm going with you, bro. I'm going with you, bro. You better go.
Okay, finding this card is going to be a little bit harder than I thought because...
Oh, it's all good. I got the guy on IG.
Because I've only got the three main on here is McBroom, Gibb, Bell, Peterson, Swaggy P, Blueface.
It's okay. I got you.
Battle of L.A. Is that two Crip gangs? You imagine?
That would be crazy, actually. So, yeah. Okay.
Because, yeah, that's... All I've got is that other fight and that, the main three fights, and that's it.
Here we go. There's 5 fights.
5 fights.
Here. You can take my phone.
Alright.
We'll start at the bottom.
Oh, here we go. This is better. Okay. So...
Corey Wharton for the challenge.
Wharton versus Demore.
I'm going Corey because I know him from the challenge.
So Wharton.
That's my pick. Go Corey. Let's go.
All right, I'll go Corey as well then.
Let's go Corey.
West Coast versus East Coast. McBroom. It looks like his little brother versus Ali.
I have no idea. Who are you going with?
I'll probably go West Coast and go McBroom.
I'm going opposite you then.
Okay, so you're gonna go East Coast.
I have no idea. Let's make it interesting. I'll go that guy.
You're going East Coast. I'm going West Coast.
Yeah.
Battle of LA is Swaggy P versus Blueface.
Give me Swaggy P. He's an athlete.
You going Swaggy P? This Blueface looks gangster.
Yeah, I'm going Swaggy P.
I'll go Swaggy P with you.
Actually, you know what? If you're going Swaggy P, I'll go Blueface. Whatever you pick, I'll pick the opposite for that fight.
It's not.
So I'll put the ball in your court.
That's not what I'm hoping for here.
That's why I'll put the ball in your. What you want? Like what you want.
I'll take Blueface then.
All right, I'll take Swaggy. Let's go.
Fuck. All right, so we're both taking Corey. We are split. I'm taking McBroom on West Coast versus East Coast. Battle of LA, you're taking Swaggy P. I'm taking Blue.
Let's go Swaggy P.
I'm taking Bell. You're taking Peterson.
Yeah.
Main event.
Ooh. You know what? I loved the build with the Anderson Gibb versus fucking Jake Paul shit. I was like really on Anderson Gibb's side, but I'm not gonna make that mistake again. Give me Austin Broom in the main event, or McBroom.
I'm gonna have to agree with you because
But
I don't know.
So now that we made our picks, who the fuck are these guys? Like, who is Austin McBroom? Who is Saleh? Who is Demore? I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people here at this whole card.
I know 2.
Yeah, I know Bell, Peterson, Swaggy P. I barely know Blueface. I think I've heard maybe a song, and I don't even think I've heard a song. I just know him because of like articles and people making fun of him and shit. I think he's the one that beat up his girlfriend a while ago, right?
I have no clue.
I don't know. I think I know it. I know his name from somewhere, but I don't know any of the other people. I mean, like Corey, I know. That's it. That's it for me. Wow. Cool. And these are all like rich people? They all have like really...
Looks like it. Honest to God, it looks like it.
What does Austin McBroom do again? YouTuber, right?
YouTuber.
Yeah.
YouTuber, 100% YouTuber.
Yeah, I never watched any of his videos, but like I know he's...
Never even heard of him.
No, I've never heard of this dude.
Well, I heard of him from like the boxing shit. Like he fought that other kid, right? The kid he beat up. I've seen the knockout. It wasn't really the knockout. It was like
even seen it.
It was a standing 10 count or whatever. It was bullshit. That Bryce kid. Someone help me out in the comments if you know that like Bryce's last name. Ball.
Something like that. I honestly couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Could not
I
tell
don't
you.
know. trash though. They were not very good. Actually, you know what? I will say Austin looked good, but it was probably because the other kid looks really bad. Anyway, that's our picks. Save the file. On the line. When is that? September 10th?
September 10th. But before that, we've got a massive fight to talk about.
What's up?
It's on September 3rd, just before school starts. I know it's a long weekend for a lot of people. There's actually two big ones, but we're going to start with the main event first.
What's up?
Cyril Gane,
Yeah.
Diaz.
Yeah, it's next weekend, right?
That fight is massive.
Yeah, it is.
That has title implications written all over it.
Yep. Yeah.
People think I'm crazy. I'm going Tuivasa. He's on a roll, man. I love him.
I'm split on that, but yeah.
I love Tuivasa. I love Cyril Gane too, but Tuivasa, dude,
The
he's
thing
different.
is, I think it depends what he wants to do. Like if Ty takes him down, I think there's a real path. But I don't see him doing that. I think if he stands up with Cyril, I think he gets knocked out. Let's just call it what it is.
Do you think Cyril Gane is going to be blinded by the light being at home? Or do you think...
it's in his hometown?
Yeah, this fight's in France. 100%.
I think Cyril Gane's going to win this fight. 100%.
You think he wins at home and the lights aren't too bright?
No.
You don't think Cyril... Or, like Tuivasa comes in prepared knowing this is a fight, it's not a vacation?
I mean,
and Cyril Gane's at home and he's got to impress. There's too much pressure and the pressure breaks him.
if you asked me to put money on it, I wouldn't. I don't even know if I would. It's probably a pick 'em for me. I mean, you know what I mean? It's whatever has the best value kind of deal. Because the odd makers don't know shit. I mean, let's just be real about that. Especially in MMA odds, they're terrible. So I would probably go with Cyril just because he's at home and he's a polished striker. And I don't see Taiwan to take him down. I feel like he's all about the fans and trying to make fun fights. But if Ty were to take him down, I really do think he would probably win. And I think that he has the skills to take him down too. So I'm torn because I'm gonna pick Cyril Gane, but I'm torn because I do think there is a big path to victory for Ty Tuivasa. I just don't see Ty taking advantage of that because he's kind of a meathead, you know. He wants to bang, and I respect the shit out of that. I love those kind of fighters, I do. But at the same time, it's are we trying to get world titles or are we trying to knock people out?
It'd be on the way to it.
Yeah.
He's getting a title shot if he wins this fight.
100%, but you're not. I don't think he's knocking Cyril Gane. He could. 100% he could. But I don't.
This is heavyweight, dude.
Yeah,
single shot puts anybody to sleep.
But you gotta admit, even Francis couldn't touch this dude. You know what I mean? Francis and Ngannou had to take him down to beat him. You look at the stand-up striking. It was pretty. He's tough to hit, and he has no problem jabbing your life away and kicking your leg and kind of being a boring fighter, right? But he's got power and he tires you out. He's got a good gas tank. I don't know, man. I think you fight. See, that's why I kind of wanted him to beat Ngannou because I feel like the John Jones versus Cyril Gane would be amazing. The stand-up, they're both really similar. They're both cautious, but they both are explosive. That would have been great.
So,
but
this
not to be.
This is a big one for me. Win percentage and average fight time. This will definitely be a 5-round fight.
Yeah.
Tuivasa average fight is 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Cyril Gane's average fight is 16 minutes and 20 seconds.
Thai fights he ain't paid by the hour. So, I don't know. Should be fun. I think Ty's going to punch himself out if he tries to do that. If he tries to fight like he usually does, if it's the same Ty Tuivasa that we have seen this whole lead up, I really don't think he's going to win.
Okay. Co-main, this is a massive fight. Another Aussie. Robert Whittaker, Marvin Vittori.
Give me Robert Whittaker.
Another title implication fight.
Give me Rob.
You're taking Robert Whittaker?
Yeah, I like Rob. I think, I think if Izzy wasn't world champion right now, Robert Whittaker would still be world champ. I think all roads to the title go through Robert Whittaker, and I still think he's at the top of that division. So.
Now.
Sorry, Marv. I think Marvin's really good too. I'm not saying that. I just don't think he's good enough to beat a guy like that.
Do you think he could catch a guy like Robert Whittaker and
Or you could catch him, yeah.
Like catch him, put him in like a good sleeper hold, and
It'd be tough.
because
No.
Marvin's got great submission game.
He
Like,
does, but like so does he's a black belt too, Whittaker. So I don't think either of them are getting a sub. I don't think that's gonna happen. But I do think that should be really interesting on the feet. But Rob's
Marvin doesn't have great striking.
I think Rob's better in everywhere though. Like if we're being honest, I feel like he has better wrestling. I think he has better jiu-jitsu. I think he has better stand up. I think he's better in the clinch. I think he has more gas tank. You know what I mean? Like I go on for days like this. I think he has a better chin. I think he's like, and that's crazy to say, but like he does. He's been through wars and he's still like against even after the Izzy. Like look at what he's done. Like he's still his last few fights he's looked phenomenal, man. Like, it's tough to deny that dude. Sorry, Marv. As long as Robert's still fighting, I don't think you're getting to the title shot anytime soon. And to be honest, I don't think you want to because I don't think you beat either Pereira or fucking Izzy. So good luck with that.
So let's just take a couple stabs here for fun because this will be the Saturday of our next show.
Yeah.
So, 1 second here.
While we wait, hey, shout out Red Owl. They got another event tomorrow night. We can't make it. I really wish we could. The champ is in the building. Go to Red Owl right now and look up more information on that. You can take a picture with Zolt and the title belts. Well, in an intermission before or after, I'm not entirely sure on the details. Head over right now to Red Owl page at Red Owl on Instagram to get more information on that. Good luck, guys. Good luck.
okay, this will be the weekend when we come back. Like, this will be that next Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to bring it up. It's a big card for numbers. Like, this is going to be a big pay-per-view for a lot of people because it's got two fighters on it. They legend fighters that you kind of want to see before they exit the gate. Nate Diaz Chimaev and Tony Fergus versus Jing Ling.
I heard that. Yeah, that's a fun fight, man.
So, I love Tony Fergus. I love Nate Diaz. Chimaev is a very entertaining fighter to watch. Lin Jingling is a really good fighter, and he ain't no slouch. I think that's going to be a bloodbath.
I think Tony at 170 is very intriguing. I think this is his last hurrah, though. He doesn't come out on top tomorrow night, or was it the 3rd?
This one's September 10th. So
September, yeah, okay.
We come back.
Yeah, if he doesn't come back, if he doesn't win this fight, dude, I think you should probably hang it up, man. Because like this is it. Like right now, right now we're attributing this to weight cutting. We're giving you the benefit of the doubt, but in the back of everyone's mind right now, we all know that the boogeyman is gone. He's not coming back. Tony, you need to either hang it up or find it again. And I don't know if you can, dude. Like I don't know if the chin's there anymore. I don't know what's going on with him. I just feel like Father Time's undefeated, and this kind of proves that. You gotta get out what you can, and that's why, that's why I love what Tyson Fury is doing right now. Like he's got, after the Usyk shit, there's really nothing left. He's still at a good age. He's getting out young. That's what you should be looking to do as a fighter. Like you shouldn't be looking out. In my opinion, you shouldn't be trying to go out on your shield like a lot. We've seen so many times, man. They can't let it go, right? I feel like there's nothing wrong with walking away at the top, like what Henry did.
I find it's different for UFC fighters than it is for boxing fighters because boxing fighters make more. It's easier to go out on top.
Yeah.
Whereas UFC fighters are they're trying to survive.
Yeah. Yes and no though. And Israel Adesanya, he doesn't have to work again right now. GSP. They go like those are GSP did it perfectly in my opinion. He went out on his own terms.
Motherfucker had a lot of money though, and that's when the UFC wasn't slouching on paying. Okay, I gotta bring this up because we're gonna talk about it more next week if it's still, or not next week, the week after, if it's still a fight. Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is, can you remember the last time the UFC had a catchweight bout?
Yeah, it was Marvin and Paulo. They fought at 205. They're scheduled for 185. They had to catch weight at 205.
Okay. Kevin Holland
What is the catch weight?
It's undisclosed right now. It won't let me actually see what the catch weight is right now.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, but it being a catch weight belt, I love Kevin Holland. He's a great fighter. Does he come out and dominate this fight? I know it won't put him into title implications just yet, but he's on he's fucking tearing his division up right now. Like, I could see it happening. Like, yeah, Rodriguez is still no slouch, but that's a good win, even if it is that catch weight. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I feel like Kevin Holland's kind of shooting down here a little bit. I feel like I don't know what his manager was thinking. I think he probably should have been looking to fight a top 15 guy, top 10 guy. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But at the same time, you're right. This is a tough fight, which again goes back to my point just now. Why are we doing this? You know what I mean? This guy's not there yet. Like, you're taking a tough fight for no reason at this point, and it doesn't even really further you in the game. You know what I mean? Especially at catch weight, right? Like, that's not even at a weight class. Like, I don't know. Not a huge fan of this matchup at all, but it should be a great fight. Like, I'm not mad at the fight. Like, it's good. It is a good matchup, but like, it doesn't really make sense for Kevin at all. And I like Kevin. I want to see him do well. I think this is really a step down for him a little bit, right? And that's not saying like Sanchez isn't good or anything, or Rodriguez, right? Yeah. I'm not saying Rodriguez isn't good or anything, but it's like he is good. I'm not like it's gonna be a great fight, and he could easily win this fight, and I think he might. I really do. Like, I think he could beat Kevin Holland, no problem. Why is Kevin Holland doing this, right? Like,
And especially at catchweight, if you want to go for a title at some point. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what his management team's got going on here.
We just wanted to brush the surface on that one. We'll talk about more of that next week on episode 24. But right now, time to switch to the Marky Minute.
We got a lot to talk about there because we took a couple weeks off.
Yeah. AEW is struggling while WWE is growing tremendously.
We haven't even talked about Vince McMahon's saga at all, which is nuts.
What is going on?
I think the last report.
I grew up with Vince.
The last report I read, it was like the hush money got up to like $16 million. Is that right?
It's up there. I'll look.
16 mil. That's crazy, dude. Man, this was shocked the world, right? I mean, it rocked the wrestling world. Even if you're not a wrestling fan, I guarantee you heard about it. Wow. I can't even believe it. My whole life, right? Like, we grew up on this. Like, Vince McMahon, since before I was born, Vince McMahon has had some sort to do with the WWE/F, which is, well, yeah, no, before I was born, Vince was in charge. He actually bought it in, like, the late 80s. So it's like...
Well, here's a thing I'm reading right now. The Wall Street Journal reported Wednesday that $5 million of McMahon's $19.6 million in unrecorded company expenses went to Trump's charity, the Donald J. Trump Foundation, in 2007 and 2009. The payments were made in years when Trump, who was a reality TV star on NBC's The Apprentice at the time, made appearances at the WWE events, including 2007's WrestleMania and WWE's Monday Night Raw 2009.
The contract recently came out on that. You know that you remember that, right? The hair versus hair match with Lashley and Umaga or whatever. And in Donald's contract, it says, like, in big bold letters, like Jim Cornette was talking about it. Under no circumstances will Donald Trump lose any of his hair. It's like right there. It's like he really didn't trust Vince at all. You know what I mean?
That's insane.
Like, that goes that deep with them. Like, that's hilarious. I thought that was hilarious. But anyway, man, that's crazy news. I was shocked, definitely shocked. I didn't think Vince would ever step down. I thought he would just die with this thing. But, you know, that's probably the best thing for the product ever. So I'm really intrigued what's going to happen with Triple H in charge of creative. We already seen Kevin Owens come back to TV programming, which is awesome. We love Kevin. We're seeing more NXT guys show up. Johnny Gargano made his return, and they matched him up with Austin Theory. They're going to do a program. That's awesome. I love both those guys. You know what I mean? Like, I like that Triple H is in charge. But we got things to talk about AEW because, you know what? I'm going to put my coffee down because I got...
Remains
Tony, you in trouble, bro.
Stagnant.
Tony, we got to have some words, buddy. Because this whole last year, you've been killing it, right? Like, we've been singing your praises on this show. Specifically this show, saying, like, AEW is up here. AEW is, like, taking over. AEW's product is, like, 10 times... Bro. Okay. For one, you get CM Punk back after a 10-year hiatus, okay? That's not a small thing, okay? Like, you know how over this guy is. Why are we squashing him in 2-minute matches against John fucking Moxley, bro? Like, I like Mox. I liked him in WWE as Ambrose. I love his character. But, like, come on. Not one person believed that shit. Not one person would buy that shit. John Moxley is not... I'm not certain John Moxley is a top guy at this point. You know? So it's like, what are we doing? Dude, like... There's so many other guys. If you're gonna do that shit, like, why wouldn't you put Adam Cole or someone in that position? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many other guys I could think of right now that could be put over. John Moxley is, like, in the middle of a program with his like, his faction with Daniel Bryan and shit. It's like, what are we doing? Like, Claudio could have been put in there. Like, or Cesaro, he's over in AEW now. Like, he could have been put in there. So many other guys, man. And why do we have to squash him? Is this because that he went off script a couple of weeks ago at Hangman Page and everyone's mad that people are going out for business in themselves? Now we're mad at that? We have a business ran by the Young Bucks, okay? Don't give me... What? Like, we're mad that Punk went into business by himself? They made a career of going into business by themselves, the Bucks. Like, Kenny Omega, the same shit. You had Cody Rhodes, when he was there, he was egregiously bad for that shit. You know what I mean, Josh? This is brutal. This is unacceptable. You're gonna punish Punk for going into business for himself? The one, like, dude. And it wasn't even bad. Like, I watched the promo before I came in because I knew we were gonna talk about it today. So right before I came in the cab, I, like, watched the promo. It wasn't even that bad, man. Like, he called out Adam Page off script. Who cares? Like, who gives a shit? People popped. Like, why wouldn't you just go with it? Like, why you got punt? I don't know, man. I'm hot about it. I really am. Not happy. I think this rocks the boat. Because if Punk leaves again, then what? You know, then wrestling sucks again. You know? That's like the whole reason I got back into this shit. Like, I love watching CM Punk cut promos and work even. Like, I love, like, the whole shebang. I like CM Punk. Crazy to me. Crazy to me. I can't believe that Tony Khan would let that shit happen. I can't believe they squashed the dude in 2 minutes on free TV in a title match. Like, what is going on? Just when you think that AEW can do no wrong, they shit the bed completely. And where's MJF? I'm getting really sick of this shit. All right, he's been gone for like 2 months now. It's like, when are we gonna pull the trigger on this? We're all waiting. We're all ready. Enough. They're botching shit, Josh. What happened, bro? They're starting to botch shit.
Well, you got to think they're panicking in the back rooms now that Triple H has taken over. He's brought so many people back. He's calling up people from Next. Like, yeah. He's doing his thing. And now the rumor of the draft just months away. Like, they're rumoring October, and like, that's gonna really shake up the landscape. And you're gonna get
a lot of NXT guys on Raw.
But you're gonna get a lot of storylines coming out of there. Like,
and you keep hearing
with those moves, you're gonna see a lot of people start lining up against each other, and it's gonna look good for the WWE.
And not only that, you keep hearing these reports of like NXT or even some AEW guys coming out saying that, like, and not they're going unnamed obviously, but they're coming out to journalists saying that, like, oh, if I knew Vince was gonna step down, I don't think I would have resigned. Do you know what I mean? Like, shit like that. Like, that doesn't look good, bro. Like, now. Man, like, everyone's like lining up to come back to the company now that once was like horrible for your career if you're an indie guy. If you're an independent star and you weren't like homemade from WWE, that's not the place for you, bro. But now, like, Triple H is in charge. Like, things are changing, and now everyone's knocking on the door again to get back into WWE. It's a different world again. And AEW better get on their heels because it's just about to get really spicy.
Yeah, and this is kind of from just like an old fan perspective, like, do you know the match that made Triple H the kind of, like, not household name, but like the respected name where like, yeah, he was the villain a lot. But then the match that made him like feel real to me was his first Elimination Chamber. And then every single year there was an Elimination Chamber, that man got into that cage every single time. He was always in the Elimination Chamber. Didn't matter who, didn't matter what spin they had or who's trying to get the pop that time, but Triple H was in there taking the fucking hits every time. Like, I can't wait to see the next Elimination Chamber and see what story he puts into there.
Yeah, that would be fun. But I think what put Triple H on the map was before he was even Triple H. I think he what really put him on was for me anyway was he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley and he faced Steve and he worked with Steve for the first time. I think Stone Cold really put a rub on him for me. Like it really showed you how good he actually was too. Like he's like a really good worker.
No, I agree with you on that, but I always hated Triple H and I never really gave him I never really gave him his respect, but I think I respect him more as a fighter after the Elimination Chambers. I'm like, dude, like some guys don't do certain things because they don't want to get hurt like that. Like,
we gotta remember,
but you gotta like think of the best of the best. Like when I'm thinking of shit like that, things that stick out to me, like Mankind going through the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah,
like
you gotta remember too though. We're like 10 to 13 years old and this shit's going on. So like, we're thinking like, oh, this guy sucks. Like he's fucking over all my favorite guys. But like in retrospect, you grow up and you're like, oh, that's exactly what that's the point. Like, oh, he's really great. Like he's great at his job.
For me, when I was watching it as a kid, I
knew... draws it out of you.
I know, but I knew it was all fake, but it was more along the lines of, when I'm watching, I'm like, fuck, man, this is so dangerous. Like, the match that really stands out to me was the TLC matches.
Oh, with like...
Those were my favorites. You got Bubba Ray Dudley.
Oh, man.
Like, you got the Hardy Boys. I think
the first one, WrestleMania 17, is still to this day is my favorite of all time. Like,
you gotta think about this, man. Those guys are up on a ladder, and shit's going down. It's all choreographed and shit, but still.
It's crazy to think that Matt and Jeff are still taking bumps to this day.
Yeah, you're still taking massive bumps. And then, like I said, man, when I was a little kid, and I'm sitting there so excited, and Vince comes out on Monday Night Raw, and they break down the Hell in a Cell. Like, they bring it down. And you see it for the first time. There's not a fight. He just brings it down, and he says, this is the next big event for the WWE. And it's like, wait, what? Yo, that thing's insane. Like, and they show you how it works live on Monday Night Raw. And they're getting you to buy into this pay-per-view.
Yeah, no.
And then you buy the pay-per-view, and you see this cage that... Oh my God, it's insane! Like,
see, my thing
that was the pinnacle of the WWE for me. Like,
see, my thing about wrestling when I was a kid, and which I miss, like, I miss this feeling. I'll never have it again, obviously, but like, I knew it was fake, and I knew the matches were predetermined, but like, I bought into the characters. Like, I didn't know, like, I really thought Triple H was an asshole in real life. I thought if you were walking Triple H, he'd big league you and tell you to shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't grasp like the characters. Kind of thing. I really thought like Stone Cold was like, I fucking hate Vince, and like, do you know what I mean? Like I really bought into that shit. Like I knew it was fake. I knew like they want people to go over, and like sometimes those chair shots and shit aren't real, right? But like, yeah, no, when I was a kid, man, like I was really like I was shocked when I when I got the internet for the first time. Like I was really shocked to read like wrestlers like hang out together and get pictured together and shit. Like it blew my mind.
Yeah, and they're so nice, and you're like, oh wow.
It's like what do you mean you take pictures with fans? Like what? You met a cancer kid? Like that's not something Triple H would do. Like did you pedigree him or something?
Like I bought, like I'm just a kid, but I bought into the Kane and Undertaker story. Like everybody else did.
Like we all knew it was fake, but like the characters at that age, that's how they get you. Like I'm just like whoa. Crazy.
Those two as brothers, and I don't know, man. Vince was like, that was a god writing.
That's why like heels work so good back then, because you're just like, I hate this guy. Like this guy's terrible. And then you grow up and you're like, oh, that was the character. Like that was just, he was literally just bringing it right out of me. Like that was like I was supposed to hate him. Man, yeah, no, I loved it. But Tony Khan, get it together, man. Triple H, that's gonna be a really, really interesting thing over there. I can't wait to see what happens. But you know what? I'm not sold. Like I feel like the foundation that Vince has set over there is like, I don't know, man. We're gonna have to. It's gonna take a couple months. I feel like to get the real to see where it is. Yeah, like it's either gonna to see like if it's gonna be good or bad. I feel like it's gonna take like 2 or 3 months of creative to get there. Whether it's gonna be good or whether it's gonna be bad, we don't know yet. But I'm ready to find out.
The peak could be the draft in October.
And you know what? If it's good, if the product gets good, and AEW keeps chugging along, like then we're back. We're right back to where we were, like because AEW was kind of taking over, and now we're back. So, look out, man. Program's about to get fun again, I think. But that being said, and that's all for us today.
The MJ episode's done.
Yeah, this was a great episode. I told you. Episode 23 was destined for greatness. We're back, baby. Next 2 weeks, episode 24. We'll see you then.